Hi guys, it's Dean Odell with 7 Gables Real Estate and the Odell Group. Today is June 4th and it's time for another Tustin Talks. Well, I'll tell you what you're going to find out is if you take the time to go through the last few Tustin Talks that we've had, even further back, you'll find out that the information we give you here is very accurate. It really is. And you can compare that information with what's actually happened. I think you're going to be quite surprised at this week's Tustin Talks when we talk about what's going on here in the Orange County market. So let's go ahead and get started. Okay, as you loyalists know, I have been pleading for inventory, explaining that demand is much higher than the inventory that we have and we need more inventory. Well, right now we have 5,044 homes that are listed in Orange County. Last year at this time, we had 7,479. That means we have 48% more inventory last year than we have this year. So why do we need more inventory? Well, I've been telling you that demand is high, and now I'm going to show you why demand is high. If you look at this chart, which shows the purchase prices of homes and how interest rates and payments compare relative to just prior to the Great Recession, when everybody was kicking and screaming that prices were too high, look at the interest rate today. Last week's average was 3.15% compared to the Great Recession, which was 6.35%. Now, we go out on listings all the time. I can tell you that there are some houses out there that still are selling for less than Great Recession period. So if you look at that Great Recession period price then versus now, let's just call them, they're pretty much the same. They're certainly within 10 to 15%. If you look at the payments, look at the payments on a 625 loan, $3,111 prior to the Great Recession, now only $2,149. You can do that for the 875 and the $1.2 million loan amount, and look at the difference. Look at the monthly savings for each loan amount and look at the annual savings for each loan amount. This is why there is so much demand out there. People in Orange County live in their homes an average of 21 years. So if you're going to live in a home an average of 21 years, you want to take advantage of these interest rates. And this is what we're seeing. We're seeing all this great demand, which I know doesn't make sense to a lot of people because of COVID and everything that's been going on. I mean, it's crazy out there, but the housing market is very, very strong right now. So now let's move to demand. Sorry to interrupt this program, but you know what? Let's make sure you're subscribed to Tustin Talks. Click on the button below next to our name, and if that doesn't work for any reason, you can just go to TustinTalks.com or our websites, the Odell Group and NorthTustin.com, and subscribe there. So let's continue. Let's look at what's happened to demand just in the last 4 weeks, okay? The demand for homes, meaning homes going into escrow, has jumped from 1,172 homes up to 2,035. That's an increase of 74%. In the last 2 weeks, it's gone from 1,622 homes. That's up 23% to get to that 2,035 mark where we are now. So as I've been showing you this demand through COVID, the worst was when we were down 60%. Right now, we're only down 23% from last year. So that's pretty darn good. Now let's look at what all that demand has done to expected marketing time. Well, when COVID started, a couple of weeks after, we got into that little over 120 days to sell a home, which just put us into a slight buyer's market, you'll remember. If you look at where we are now, we're down to 74 days as the expected marketing time, which is 10 days below last year's level of 84 days. So we actually can sell a house quicker than last year at this time, which people just find hard to believe. But the data does not lie. This is what's going on out there. Now let's look at that expected marketing time as it is by price range on what I call my favorite chart, because I don't like to just look at the average of the entire market. I like to look at the average by price range. If you go back and you look at some old Tustin Talks, I said that I thought that a lot of the red on this chart was going to soon turn to white and light green. That is exactly what's happened. The only red left on this chart is for homes that are over $2 million on the market. And what the red signifies is a buyer's market. The green signifies a seller's market. The light green is a slight seller's market. And the white is a neutral market. So look at how the price range of your home compares with the marketing time, what share of the demand is out there for your home versus the share of housing inventory that's currently on the market. And you can see how marketing time compares this year with last year. Okay, looking at this last chart, it shows closed sales. If we look at where we are closed sales at the end of April versus closed sales at the end of April last year, we are down 34% on closed sales. But let's not forget, we have been down on inventory anywhere between 30 to 50%. So of course we're going to be down on sales, plus the whole COVID thing. COVID has not affected the market for as long as we thought it would affect it. It really kind of knocked things out for about a 3 to 4 week period, and it's just done nothing but pick up steam ever since then because buyers want to take advantage of these interest rates. Also, for some of the people out there that just think the whole market's going to turn into a distressed market, I want you to understand that out of all the sales that are going on out there, less than 1% of all the sales were distressed sales. Okay, that means 99 out of 100 sales are regular equity sales. The housing market is very strong right now. People have a lot of equity in their homes. The loans that were being made for people with good credit and substantial down payments. This is not the Great Recession. We've been saying that over and over and over. Can this go on forever? Probably not. At some point, things have to cool off. They have to slow down. But if you can get yourself locked into these kind of interest rates long term, it's pretty hard to go wrong. Finally, my message to buyers and sellers. Well, buyers, let's start with you. I know you guys are disappointed. I know you guys are frustrated. For a while there, it looked like things were swinging in your direction, and now they've swung back the other way. It just is what it is. I mean, you have to just take advantage of those interest rates or just keep renting and wait it out. But you really ought to crunch the numbers and see how that works out for you, knowing that the average hold is 21 years. You know, could you get a house now, get a decent payment on it where rents are high still, so you know maybe you could rent that house for whatever that payment is? It just, you have to look at it on an individual basis, and we can help you with that, put you together with our lender. We can get that all calculated out for you. There's nothing like having your own house. You can't rent forever. Move up buyers, oh my God, what an opportunity to move up right now. You've got a lot of equity in your home, and all you're doing is borrowing cheap money on the difference, right? So a great time to be a move-up buyer. And if you can afford to hold on to that house that you have now and just let your renter pay it off for you, even better. All right, sellers, I know it's tough. You don't know where you're gonna go. A lot of you're saying Orange County's a great place to live. A lot of your kids have moved away. You wanna be closer to the grandkids. You know, you have to really figure this out. I know it's a big step to sell a home that you've owned an average of 21 years. All I can tell you is it's a great time to sell the house. If you call us, we'll help you get that house ready for the market. There's nothing we don't do to get a home prep that you've seen advertised. And I think with our experience level, we do it better than anybody else, and we're gonna get you the most money for your house. So sellers, please reach out to us. Give us a call at this number, posted right here. Let me grab it. There you go, okay? So just call us at this number and we'll help you out. We'll see you on the next Tustin Talks. Thanks.
The Odell Group's been around for nearly 40 years. We are ranked number 9 in transactions closed, and we can give you the right advice to help you make good decisions. So please click on our subscribe button here and start watching the videos and let us know if there's anything we do to help you.